It's over. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland, this is for you.
I have seen you talk a couple times since you were holding the trophy up, and you keep saying, I don't quite feel it yet.
No, it's hit me a couple times this summer, but not really. Not really in the sense of what we did, how we did it. I don't know. It's just like that happened, and now I'm like, can we repeat?
The competition you're going to have this season may be tougher than ever because that team that's assembled out in Golden State, just collection of talent-wise. What did you think when KD decided to join the Warriors?
I was like, wow. Just probably everybody else. I think everybody said, wow. You know, it would have been wow if he would have resigned as well. So I didn't really have much of a reaction to it.
So even with that collection, even with that team out there, how do you feel about your chances to repeat?
I would be shortchanging myself and shortchanging my team and the rest of the league if I only thought about Golden State. There's so many other great teams that's assembled this summer. It's a lot of teams that got better, and we have to continue to get better. So.
Where are you then on the basketball skills arc? Because it's a hill. You will eventually be going.
Well, I know I'm on the other side of the hill, being about to be 14, but
14 years.
Yeah, 14 years, but my hill. I'm not going down the hill right now. I'm still climbing.
What about owning a team down the road one day? Has that been more present on your mind?
One thing I do know, I do want to stay in basketball. I got so much knowledge that I've learned so far, and I still got some more time to continue to learn, but I would love to be a part of a franchise, and if I'm fortunate enough financially to have my own team, that would be awesome. Hopefully I can put a winning team together that with the help of, you know, if I got to hire a president, a GM, and a coach, things of that nature, but it would be great.
Negotiate contracts.
All of that.
Like the contract you just signed.
That'd be like $700 million by the time I get it. You're like a 5-year, $700 million deal then.
So you've been smart about managing it on your end. You would have to then try to outsmart the players on the other end.
You know, we're going to do what's best for the franchise.
There you go. See, you've already got the lingo down.
We all feel helpless and frustrated by the violence. We do. But that's not acceptable. It's time to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what are we doing to create change?
You guys opened the ESPYs with that speech. There's definitely always a stick-to-sports crowd when athletes speak out. What do you think when you hear that?
We wanted to start off the show with something that meant something, you know, that was true to our hearts, and let our fellow athletes know where we stand and where we believe that, in order for us to make a difference, this is how we wanted to start the show. Let's use this moment as a call to action for all professional athletes to educate ourselves. Explore these issues, speak up, use our influence, and renounce all violence. You know, we know that we have the greatest country in the world, you know, the land of the free, you know, and the home of the brave. But at this particular time, you know, everyone is not feeling so free. You know, we're feeling a little bit scared. And I thought that the ESPYs platform was a perfect platform for us to go up there and voice our opinion about the state of America.
We saw Michael Jordan issue a statement not long after you guys did what you did on race, police violence. It shocked a lot of people. MJ not publicly outspoken on social causes. Yeah. What did you think?
You know, I thought it was the right thing to do, but he didn't have to. You know, but I thought it was, you know, it was great for him to speak up on what he felt was going on in our society. But that's for him, and he felt like it was important to him.
You've made some waves talking about Michael Jordan this summer.
I have.
You told a group of kids at a skills camp that you are chasing the ghost of this guy who played in Chicago. What did you mean?
I meant in the simple fact that that's my personal inspiration. That's what drives me. And
you want 6 rings? Is it that specific?
No, it's just
what are we talking about here?
I'm chasing that greatness, that how great that ghost was. It's the same as anybody setting out goals and trying to reach it. And that's just my personal goal. And, you know, everyone automatically kind of like, oh, he's trying to be, you know, he's talking down on MJ, trying to be better than MJ. What actually is he talking about? That is my person. That's always been my goal since I got in the NBA. When I was 18 years old, I told everyone that my favorite player was Michael Jordan, and hopefully I can get to that point.
All right, well, Michael Jordan is considered the best basketball player to ever play.
Absolutely.
Do you want to be the best basketball player to ever play?
Absolutely. absolutely. I want to maximize what I can do, and if I can be in a situation where I'm even talked about as the best basketball player ever, that'd be great.
Where I am now is exactly how I want to finish. And by finish, he means start anew. Michael Phelps swearing off Tokyo, saying these Olympics are his last. The 31-year-old wants to chill with his 3-month-old son, Boomer, marry his longtime girlfriend, Nicole. Ready to expand his little family. No interest in extra hardware because really, honestly, he has no place to put it. Our Wayne Drays caught up with the most decorated Olympian at the Crave Jerky event in Rio.
You know, over the last 24 years of my career, it's kind of just little small stepping stones that were running through my head kind of the last day, just because it's all coming to an end. This is it. Not gonna swim competitively ever again, and it felt good this time, because I think last time I wanted it to just end quick. I wanted it to be over. And now I was actually enjoying it.
When it was over, how did it feel different than it did 4 years ago, this goodbye?
I think I was happy, and happy to say goodbye, happy to kind of leave and start something new, or get ready to start something new. You know, I think in London I wanted to kind of stiff arm it and just say, get out of my life, I don't want anything to do with you. But now I think I was just kind of embracing the situation and everything that I had. And this week, you know, this week was crazy. You know, I mean, I could see Bob was kind of freaking out at the end of the week. You know, the double that I had with the 2 IM 100 fly, he was freaking out. 100 fly final, obviously, he's excited. And then the 400 medley relay, he was emotional the whole time. So being able to share that moment, I think, is something that was super special for the both of us, because we were both finally there. And both finally ready to move on.
Tuesday night, you're in the ready room, semifinals of the 200 fly, and Chad starts shadowboxing. Honestly, what are you thinking?
I saw it and was just like, okay, here we go. I knew media was going to ask about it. I without question knew it was going to get brought up. And I was just kind of I wasn't going out of my way to make dirty faces, but I kind of figured that I was probably going to have a face, and there was somebody that was going to capture it, and somebody was going to ask about it. But I also, at the same time, just know that we all have our own little rituals that we go through, and if that's his, that's his.
Have you ever seen somebody get ready like that before?
I can't say I have, no. But I was just like, okay, to each their own. Do what you got to do.
And so that night, you get back to your place in the village. Did you realize how your face had exploded on the internet?
Well, I had friends who were sending me memes throughout that session afterwards, and then I got a photo of like emojis or bitmojis that are going all over the place. So it was kind of interesting. It's just, I mean, I guess after that that's when everything really started just going crazy back home. I spoke to a friend a few days after that, and he was like, dude, it's just like it was in 2008. He's like, people were going absolute bananas. And then everybody started asking me to do the Michael Phelps face. I don't even know what I was doing.
While some of your roommates and teammates are out till all hours of the night doing who knows what were you doing after these games different than the past?
I was back here with Boomer and Nicole asleep as fast as I could.
That's a little different than the Olympics in the past.
I was out till all hours of the morning before. I think it's crazy with the hours that we had for swimming being so late. So it was nice to just sleep as much as I could. I mean, I slept on the couch yesterday and it was just, I mean, I woke up and I didn't know where I was. Like, I was just I'm just beat. I'm beat physically, emotionally, everything.
You've had your personal issues after an Olympics or after a major meet.
Yeah.
What gives you the confidence that this will be different without swimming in your life?
I think the biggest change now is, obviously I have a child. I'm getting married this year. But also I'm just in a different place mentally, and I think that's one thing that I couldn't say in the past. You know, for me, I've gone through a couple bad spells in the last, past 2 Olympics. And, here, I'm happy outside of the pool. I'm happy inside of the pool. I have a great family life.
What do you want Boomer to take away from these games?
I've heard that question before, and I don't 100% know right now. For me, it was something special to have him here for my last swim. I think that's something that I always thought possibly could happen, but didn't know if it actually would.
What do you want him to learn from your career?
Nothing is perfect in life. Learn every step of the way. Hard work, dedication, it does pay off. Just small things, and I think Nicole and I will end up teaching other things along the way. But also, he can also take whatever he wants off, from my career, and I want him to be his own person. Somebody was asking last night, are we going to push him to be a swimmer? No. If he wants to be a swimmer, he'll be a swimmer. That's one thing that I was very fortunate that my parents never did to me. Nicole and I will go through some of these processes together and learn new things, and hopefully we'll be able to instill into him some of the things that we learned as a kid.